update complete. Welcome to Arcadia version 4. Alpha. We hope you enjoy your stay.
Well, I wasn't expecting to encounter a bug this early. Well, two bugs. As said, I've noticed the screen here, you can see a bit of black bar at the bottom and top. That bugs me, but I know exactly where this is. This is because my OBS is currently set up to full screen version 3, not version 4. Unfortunately, they do work in different aspect ratios. Easy fix, honestly. It might require a little more effort and time, but hey, I'm more than willing to do that. And obviously we had a tiny bit of a bug as we started. Oh!
Alex RS Game leveled up. Level 31, 31 months of subbing to the Arcadia network.
31 months. Oh my god. Hello, hello. Oh. Hello and welcome everyone to the official Arcadia. We're finally set up, we're finally all here. It has been quite a path. You know, I've been trying to plan this since September of 2021. And I've been getting things done throughout the year, and I'd be lying if I didn't say I'm feeling really shaky at the moment for this. But Lucina as well.
Lucina Exalt 1 leveled up. Level 8. Let's go with the new and improved you.
Indeed. So I will do some shoutouts, just 1 second on shoutouts, okay guys, because I need to bring guys over here to the to at least the desk. Oh, that's the wrong one, hang on. This is the later. Oh, this ruins the surprise, doesn't it? Hi guys. I said it was going to be scuffed. Let me bring you on over here. Well, I'm currently down here, I was working on the desk, you see. Hang on, let me just... There we go. This is kind of what I was going for. Hello, hello. Yes, it is indeed here, the model indeed. Now, you have to give me 1 second, guys. This is going to look weird for a second, okay? This is, I just need to make sure this is in the right place. Otherwise, you know, you guys are, well, anything you throw is gonna miss. So, yeah. If you guys couldn't tell, that outline means that Tits is available on the channel now.
Transgister leveled up. Level 2. This is also cute. I love it so much, Ara.
Thank you so much. I'm honestly really happy to be like this. Now, the thing with this model is you guys are going to tell when I'm looking at the camera. Obviously, when I'm looking over here, I'm looking over at the chat. Yes, I move. I have my own little party, but that's not all. I don't know if it's going to work right now. What? Ciabatta! Oh!
Ciabatta_boy cheered X100.
Thank you so much! Oh my god. Happy VTuber models everywhere. Hello, Cloud as well! God, my voice is getting so high pitched. Hello, hello! Hello, absolutely everyone! Missy!
Misside a great change.
Oh my god! Ow! Hey! Hey! I'm out here living my life, and yeah, I'm getting. You guys can bully me now. Uh-oh. That's a thing. Uh-oh. How is Missy? Thank you as well. Ow. Hey.
Misside a great cheered X400.
Sounds like I need to turn the alert. Ow! Rude. I need to turn the alerts up just a bit. Hold on, revenge. Uh-oh. Exactly. Let the good times roll. Now I need to do some things quickly. Ah. It's a little more expensive, but there's another one down there called Gamer Rage. Actually, I think it's a bit cheaper, all things considered. Cloud
Cloud_Kiran cheered X300.
Okay, I've got... Ah! I had that coming when I announced it, didn't I? If you give me 1 second, guys, I'm gonna get these through, because y'all... Let's get some shoutouts for you guys here. Let's see if I... So you guys can see the new improved arcade here. Ah! My nose is gonna break up. Yo! Oh my god, hang on a second. This is gonna take a minute. I've just gotta go through everyone, alright? Where am I? Let's get everyone an absolute shout out. You know, none of what you're seeing here today would have been possible without you guys. Honestly, the support and love is what helped me go forward and kind of inspired me to upgrade. Yo! Sorry about my high-pitched voice as well. God, I'm overwhelmed. This is the first hype train I've ever had, by the way. I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed. So I'm gonna try not to, Oh! I think he hates doors. I think he hates doors. Just a guess there, Ciabatta. I think he hated doors. Oh, we love horror games. This is the kind of reason why I will never play horror games myself, though. And then, all of you guys, all my siblings here. All of my siblings playing these horror games. Thank you so much, Cloud. I will. I'm already having fun. It's absolutely lovely being here. I mean, I don't want to spoil it, but I kind of do. Hang a second. They clipped it. They clipped it. Let's see. It's down here somewhere. One of my favorite redeems. So does anyone here like Pokemon by any chance? Because if you play Generation 1... Welcome to Kanto. Oh yeah, Lucina, that does sound right. The bat, exactly. You know, when they said send in the horny bat, I literally sent in the horny bat. You know, I did try and find a pixelated bat, but it was really difficult to find. The only problem right now is I'm really emoting with my hands, because no one gets to see that. So, it was not cheap to remodel the Arcadia, honestly. Was expecting a Lickitung gif. Oh, hang on a second, guys. Let me just, there we go, that's better. It's a bit hard to see you guys with an orange tint on constantly. Poor mic can. Yes. Lick the mic. No, actually, I'm not Jimmy here. I don't deep throat mics. So, guys, welcome to the official Arcadia desk. And I'm really happy to bring you guys this. You have no idea, like, seeing this stuff be created and just, I'm really trying to get overwhelmed just by everything that's happened so far. The amount of love it just fucking hits. Oh my god. You guys, honestly. Whew. I thought that the fear of streaming would be what would leave me kind of like struggling. No, just I feel honestly overwhelmed. Now I see another issue here with some of the emotes kind of going through the screens. I can change that, and I will change that. I'll make it a separate layer and just put it on top in the future. I love you too, Missy. Thank you. So, oh, this isn't all. This isn't all for the debut, guys. Are just saying, hey, I'm a model, I move. We do have a presentation as well. I just need a couple minutes. So as you guys can see around here, I'm just gonna let me give you a little bit of a tour around the area. So down here with the head snap, like a legend, I'm a giraffe with the head snap. We have my trusty PC. Now this is obviously isn't the PC that I'm actually playing games on. The screen's actually right over here, and there's another one over here, just in the back wall behind you. So if you see me looking off, you know, don't worry. This one here is just in case. You know, this is my security cameras around the arcade. Granted, don't really get many people in here that often, but you need to. So behind me here, we have the shelving units now. There's nothing on these at the moment, but I'm thinking down the line that if we do certain things in games, I'll get little bits of memorabilia and put them up on the shelf back there. We have, of course, my trusty fight stick down here, because what good is an arcade wrestling fight sticks? We have, beside me, a wonderful new edition that was actually inspired by you, Evie, so thank you very much, of a fan art board, and as you saw, shoutouts also emerge on said board. I thought this was a good use of the space. And above such, we have a malfunctioning, now playing. Yeah, thanks for that. This is not Let the Battles Begin. Sonic the Hedgehog is not Let the Battles Begin. Of course, you guys know where you are. You can see yourselves over there. Again, thank you so much to Technicolor Evie for helping me out with a lot of this. In fact, I don't know if it gave you a shout out, did I? I think I didn't give you a shout out. I feel bad now, because it was Technicolor that really helped me with a lot of the kind of the stuff for this. It kind of helped me find where things would go, and honestly, inspired me a lot to recreate. But a bit more than that, you'll come to find. So in due time, you know, wait for the presentation, then you'll know what I mean. Now I can finally remember. I said I was doing what Chibi does, just staring at my model on the screen and being like, "Oh, that's me." Yeah, that's already happening. Oh no. So down below, guys, we have our notification screen. So if you guys sub, follow, all that kind of stuff, pops in down there. If you guys want to redeem a hydrator or a stretch, appears down there. You know, if you guys do sound files. But by the way, guys, we do have new sound files for you all to enjoy, and I said it earlier as a bit of a sneak preview. There's actually a few free sound alerts now available underneath their stream. Now, I couldn't make them all free, and I'm sorry, but if I gave you one that would blast my ears out for free, I fear for my life, okay? I'm just gonna come out and say I would fear for my life. Anyway, guys, should we get on to this? Should we get on to what we're here for? if the internet will allow me. That is another question. I think we should. Just checking everything's still going.
Ta-da! Clee's here!
And of course, Clee is here. Also, you guys get a little bit of a better look at the model here at the moment. We don't have hand tracking at the moment. Unfortunately, the lovely artist who you'll come and find and know and love, especially my siblings, isn't doing hand tracking at the current moment, but maybe down the lines, maybe, you never know. It's all about taking those slow and steady steps.
It's the Raiden Shogun.
Hey! You two found your ones. You two found the ones for you. So everyone, I'm just gonna change up the music just to a bit something calming. So everyone, welcome to our presentation and introduction into version alpha 4.0 Redebut. So, what is the Arcadia first? This is kind of a weird question. It kind of goes into the lore, and I guess it's the best place to start. Is that the Arcadia itself is a digital realm, a digital metaverse, if you must, a pocket dimension. It actually exists within my computer, which I know sounds weird. Like, hang on, you're a VTuber. You're not supposed to be a human behind a PC screen, but like, give it time. Just wait a minute. So, for the first 3 versions of our streams, we admittedly didn't have a specific location for the Arcadia, and it was instead based heavily off the Golden Saucer from Final Fantasy, more so Final Fantasy XIV, but the plan from the get-go was that this would be a placeholder. I never really wanted to rip off I never really wanted to rip off the Golden Saucer. Like, I have mass respect for the Final Fantasy series, and the Golden Saucer was somewhere I did like. Admittedly, in 14, I probably spent a bit too much time in there gambling. I totally don't have a gambling addiction. I have no idea what you're talking about. That's what? That's not the case. So that was basically just a placeholder for what we have now, so I'm glad that I kind of get to show you guys this. The location itself, as you guys saw, is resemblant of a modern-day arcade, filled with cabinets of both classic and actually modern games that are modded in order to be used with a cabinet. Things like, you know, your Switch games, your PlayStation 5 games. If it's a fighting game, it's definitely on a cabinet somewhere in the Arcadia. I'm just gonna say it. Me, Wailing Never, I didn't spend enough for 10 pulls today, just for if there's time after this. No, I totally didn't. I totally don't want Heizo so much after seeing him do a Mega Bonk 30,000 damage at C0. Totally not the case. No. No. You know me, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't dare. You know? I wouldn't go, try hard. Ah! Okay, I probably deserve that. Ow. At least I had my safety goggles on. Heizo! Ooh. Yeah, I definitely deserve that then. Yeah, I'll agree with that one. So, the exterior of the Arcadia, unfortunately you guys won't ever... I'm turning the other cheek. See this? I'm turning the other cheek. My eye! If I come out of this stream with a black eye, I swear you are getting the hospital bill. Oh wait, I'm British, that doesn't count. Fudge! So the exterior of the arcade is actually a sky map, typical of what you would find in your average kind of like video game. Sorry, I noticed that search box up there being cheeky. It actually has a day and night cycle and resembles a rural city. This is because the arcade it's based on is actually in the center of rural city, but we'll get into that in due time. So the feed within here of the Arcadia, so you guys are basically watching me within this digital realm, okay? I'm gonna be honest. This is a little too sad for me. So I am actually here inside the Arcadia, broadcasting live from my direct location to you guys in Twitch via the internet. And, well, you guys can interact, as you guys have been noticing, with new interactions such as tits, sound alerts, and all of Twitch's integrated the stuff that Twitch has to interact with the streamer. English. It's a lovely, lovely language that's so difficult to understand. For assistance, it's possible to access and project here and join us directly in this metaverse. Think of it like I'm streaming to you guys directly from VR chat. Now, if I play VR chat on stream, that is a metaverse in a metaverse in a computer. Just let that sink in. Because I'm playing VR in what is the equivalent of VR in reality. Now, using haptics, so basically, you know, your hands and all that kind of stuff, you would be able to jump in and join us as well. Unfortunately, at the moment, only one person really has the ability to kind of jump in and out of the arcade. Though she does bring some friends in every now and then, as you guys may know, our collaborations. Yeah, I bet you guys didn't realize that part of you was being pulled into the Arcadia. Did you not ever feel a little bit empty when streaming with me? Call me a succubus if you want, or a vampire, or, you know, a demon, take apart your soul, putting it here, you know. It happens sometimes. I've got little bits of your souls up in jars. Don't worry, they're protected, and we make sure of it. If anyone comes in to steal them, she bites their ankles. Now, an important thing is, when do we stream? Now, this is a rough one, okay? So, normally this would be our streaming schedule with Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, 6 to 9 in BST or GMT, depending on the time of year. I know, I hate it too. I hate that we have 2 time zones in the UK, but depending on whether we're on daylight saving hours or not. But it just causes so much trouble. Can we just remove daylight saving hour? It causes so much trouble for, like, oh, this live stream from Japan starts here. Arrive an hour early. That's not very cash money of you. Oh, it's the button I use for the goggles brings that up. That's interesting. So these streams are very dependent on a lot of factors, as you guys can see. Dependent on things happening offline, a stream may be delayed, it may be later, it might be, you know, just cancelled altogether, honestly, as I can't be in the Arcadia 24/7, as real life does demand it. You know, at the end of the day, I still need to eat, I need to drink, I need to make sure that I am not going to perish in a virtual realm. I don't think anyone wants me to perish. Right? Right? Guys? 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 You don't want me to perish, right? Right? I know you guys don't. Ah! Ah! I can take a hint. Ah! I don't even know what that was moving so fast. I think that was a Space Invader. So, our streams themselves, we try and do them 2 weeks in advance using the Discord mainly. So if you guys actually want to pop into the Discord, actually, funnily enough, stream elements. Ah! Why'd you duking me? So actually, funnily enough, Stream Elements there, which for some reason has changed its name back to Stream Elements rather than Arcadia. But I'm not being horny. Stop. Horny comes later. Basically, a link to the Discord. The Discord is going to be the best place to get direct updates on when we are streaming and when we are not streaming. Mainly because I have a work schedule that I work behind. I am, that's right, offline. I work. God damn it! I bet you've all been waiting for this, haven't you? You've all been waiting for this. You're lucky I can't show anger or puff up my cheeks just yet. But I would. We also like to announce our streams over on the Twitter as well. More so schedules and announcements on the Discord, and just stream announcements over on the Twitter. So we do try and keep these up to date. However, we are prone to forgetting. Okay. Oh god, that is a lot of points. Oh boy. I'm just gonna keep this on for the rest of the stream. Hi there, my name's Chrono Sweets, and welcome to Nickelodeon. And you're watching Nickelodeon. You can't see it, but I'm drawing the Mickey Mouse symbol. I'm about to be slimed. And so yes, our streams will usually be the given dates that you've seen here on the screen for a while, but as it stands, it is prone to changing, and you will be announced. I will try and announce as they change, when they change. Now's the big bit. Who am I? I ask myself this every morning when I wake up and look at myself in the mirror, and I come to the conclusion I am a living disappointment. But I'm also deciding I'm going to be a problem. Specifically, a problem for anyone I meet. This is just life. This is who I am, and this is what I like to be. So, as you can tell, guys, my name is Chronofiniski. Despite going by the name Chrono Sweets, that is actually the Sweets. Kind of grew on me. I just can't go by it legally because of Disney. Good old Disney do. You know, good old Mickey Mouse, haha. I'll sue your ass if you use that name. I don't want to even risk it. So, Finiski it is. I am a male VTuber. Exactly typical Disney. They ruined my boy Wreck-It Ralph. It did not need a sequel. And Frozen does not need a third film. Please, save yourselves. Don't watch it. I'm 25 years old at the time of this debut. Now, obviously, this is due to change. My birthday is in January. I don't know if I get it. Yes, I did put it next. I was smart. I did put my birthday next. So, I was born on the 24th of January, so yeah, just so you guys know, mark your calendars. Granted, it's not that big a day, you know. I'm turning 26. That's not really an exciting birthday. 25 wasn't exciting. That's quarter 100. I'm quarter 100. Now, here's a question for you guys. What species do you think I am? I mean, there's obvious answers here. Honestly. I want to find out what you guys would think looking at me. It is a week before yours, Lucina. That is correct. Much appreciated. Degenerate! Yeah! I wish I'd thought of that. Honestly, that's kind of close enough. I would say that's kind of close. So, I am technically an AI human hybrid. But for the record, if it's easier to just put me as human, put me down as human. You know, you don't really see too many human VTubers nowadays, I've come to find. You know, human cyborg. Yeah. Pretty much. Except all the cybernetics are inside. As long as you aren't a flesh tuber. Who's gonna tell him? So yes, I am a human and AI technically, but for the record, you guys can just call me human. So my favorite food, I wanted to add a little bit of detail, calzones. I love pizza. I mean, like, who doesn't, right? I love mainly meat-based pizzas, so your chicken, your bacon, your all the kinds of meats on a pizza. Except fish. I hate fish. I have a very fleshy cell. I have a fleshy-weshy heart, ooh. Never let me say that again, please. Just don't speak with my mum or sibling. Do they love fish by any chance? I am the opposite of a pescatarian. I'll eat most meats, except fish, because I'm just not a fan of it, personally. So when I found out that you can get basically a pizza sandwich, I was like, oh. They don't like pizza? Mario is disappointed in your family's weak blood. Yeah. Getting featured product. Guessy? My work is holding a work meal tomorrow for dinner. Going to an Italian, and I heard they do calzones. So I am in luck. So yes, calzone, what is it other than basically a pizza sandwich? It's lovely, especially if they get the sauce right and a bit of garlic dip. You know, you can't go wrong. No. You'll be spared. You'll be spared when Skynet takes over. Don't worry. So a few of my likes for you guys to get into is character design. I can often be found coming up with character ideas. In fact, this might interest you, Lucina, is that because my better half has started designing, and my room neighbor has started designing Fire Emblem Awakening characters. Yep, so have I. I have a Fates one. I have my Assassin in Fates. I have my Ice Phoenix for 3 houses. And now I'm going to have a Dragoon, a Lance Dragoon for Awakening. Manga, anime, and cosplay. Now, if you guys don't already, you guys might be able to find my actual Instagram page. And on my Insta, well, one of my 2 Instas, you have my highlights and clips. You also have my cosplay one. So, yeah, you'll get to see the fleshy side of me. Just not in 4K HD full flesh. Don't worry. Twitch, I'm a good boy, Twitch. I'm a good boy. I'm not promoting something dumb. I don't have an OnlyFans. I don't have an OnlyFans. It's only a cosplay. It's only a cosplay Instagram. It's not an OnlyFans. Don't take me off the air already, please. Give me Crom. Oh god, that's coming soon. Ah! Yeah, I deserve that. Yeah. So, Warhammer figure gluing and painting. I should have really got some pictures here to show you guys. But I really do enjoy the painting and figure making. Ah! Ah! Ow. I swear I'm gonna end up with something broken at the end of this. I enjoy the figure gluing and painting of the Warhammer models. I do want to learn to play it. In fact, I'm building a Tyranid army, which are like a parasitic alien race, based with a color scheme of the Grimm from the American anime Ruby. Now, trading card games is...
Go superstar.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Trading card games is also a big thing. You guys have probably seen it in the past. A lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Card openings. That does expend to Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, and hopefully at the end of this year, as I did buy some, the Series 2 of the Genshin Impact Metal cards. With Inazuma. Will it come out? I have no idea. I might have just been scammed, but if I got scammed, I will make the money back at work and, you know, be all good. So, straight in with some fan art as well here. You might recognize this one here. Yes, the Raiden Shogun is getting a card, as well as all of the current...
It's the Raiden Shogun.
Exactly. I'm hoping to be able to poll her, but we will have to see. So we have... I thought you guys might want to know some of my top 5 games as we go into... By the way, is the music alright? The music feels really loud in my ears. Is it alright for you guys? Just wanted to give a bit of a check, make sure everything is still running slightly fine. Obviously, we're now running on split audio, so it's a little more difficult for me to put together. It's good. I'm glad. So, I thought I'd share with you guys some of my top 5 games. This is kind of like a list that a lot of people know, and it's different from the one on Twitter. Okay, I'm going to just outright admit. So, Okami is my number 1 favorite. Exactly, Poggers. Okami is my all-time favorite. It's a very unique RPG take, you know, from Capcom. I absolutely adore the art style, the ink brush art style. I adore the story and the mythology. Exactly, Awu. Exactly, Awu. I love so much about Okami. And in fact, it's why it's one of the games I have 98%ed. Granted, I wish I could platinum it. But there is one thing in that game that I'm currently struggling with. And that is a race where even if you get hit once, that's it. You got it. It's an end game race. It's the final bead I need to get New Game Plus with full power, and I want it. But yes, Okami is actually a special game as well. It hails back to my... I didn't mind the stealth section, actually. I kind of liked it. It's the race against the deer girl, basically, just before you fight Yami. Spoilers for an old game. Okami has a very special place in my heart because it was the first ever Let's Play that went fully up on my YouTube channel. It was one of the first games I played to completion as a content creator, and oh my god, looking back at it now, it's cringe. I was trying too hard to be entertaining. I was like, oh wow, would you look at this? Isn't this cool? Yeah, more like taste the rainbow. I'm so cool. Look at me. Oh my god. I'm just gonna bury my hand in my... I'm just gonna... Oh, knock it out of my head for a bit. Oh, it's so cringe. Exactly. And one of my good friends, Silver Star Strike, it's actually thanks to her that I got Okami. I saw it in a shop. I was like, I've heard about this game from you. Is it any good? They said yes. I bought it. Throwing a dragon storm. Alex, I can't turn into a dragon just yet. Wait until I've got a beast stone form. But yes, it's a special game for that reason. I had good friendships over it, and it's a good memories for my content creation. Number 2 on the list is Spectrobes by Disney. This one... It's hard to explain it. I first encountered Spectrobes at a... kind of like a game station. This is how old it was when I got it. It was Game Station was still a thing. I also got another game at that time called Enchanted Folk and the School of Wizardry. I think I got that. I got that one separately. I got that from the same shop though. Basically, I was over at my grandparents', bored, and I was introduced to the game there because I think I bought it while I was out and about, interested in the aliens for it. I don't honestly fully remember how I came across it, but I just remember having it at my grandparents' and absolutely getting stuck within the first 5 minutes because I had no idea where to go. But once I got onto it, it became a very fun game for me. So Spectrobes has been another series that I absolutely loved. It's by Disney. It has 3 games: Spectrobes, Spectrobes Beyond the Portals, and Spectrobes Origins. The first 2 being on the DS, the latter being on the Nintendo Wii. Disney has not touched it since Origins. They have not referenced it, even in Disney Infinity. Kingdom Hearts gets a mention. Spectrobes gets nada. Gets nothing. Spectrobes is a game I will fight tooth and nail for. It was meant to be a competitor to Pokemon, It had a nice wide range of characters or spectrobes you could summon, and actually it kind of goes back to what Cloud was playing the other day, that Fossil Fighters game. It very much reminded me of it, and I would not be surprised if it basically uses the same engine as Fossil Fighters, where you dig up fossils, raise them up, and then fight. Now, the first game had a really rough combat of you played as the main character with two spectrums beside you that you would command either with voice or by using the L and R keys, and then a sub-menu that would pop up. The second game has you take over one of the two spectrobes that you can swap between in combat. And the third game has you fighting as the main character alongside one spectrobe, so you do the damage, but you swing the mote to either call them back or get them to attack. It was honestly a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, and I loved the game, and I'm so upset that they haven't touched it. Do you know what else is a big thing about spectrobes? A really, really good thing? Rollin, the main character, who some of my oldest friends remember before Krona, there was Rollin. He's voiced by Yuri Lowenthal. He was my first instance of hearing Yuri Lowenthal, aka the great 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 granddad of Lucina. You know he's pretty great. It's definitely one I would recommend, Alex. So, third on this list is the arcade version of Dinosaur King, not the DS version. Now, the DS version was okay. It kind of capitalized on doing what it could. But I feel Dinosaur King on the DS could have done what the Beetle version that Dinosaur King is inspired of did on the DS. So, Dinosaur King is a rock, paper, scissors game, basically, with dinosaurs and special attacks. That's the easiest way to put it. In arcades, it costs £1 to get a card and a game, £2 for 2 players, and 2 cards, kind of thing. So it is a very expensive gacha arcade game. It's unfortunately not seen in a lot of arcades anymore. You'll mainly see things like Injustice instead, but you'll normally find Dinosaur King at holiday parks, I found, or some very rare locations. And I have a ton of the cards. I don't want to know how much I basically spent on the gacha for that game. So my gacha addiction started really early, is the best way to put it. Now, Dinosaur King is based on a game similar, rock, paper, scissors, beetle fighting game in Japan, which also had a DS adaptation. That DS adaptation came with a extra module that you'd plug into the Game Boy slot and scan your real-life cards into to activate them in the game. And I just think that's awesome. I have always loved the Toys to Life series, or anything that is Toys to Life, and I kind of wish that Amiibo would come back and that Skylanders hadn't died, because Activision just said, we're pulling the plug because Disney said they're pulling the plug. I feel like other than butchering Spyro, Skylanders was in for some really big things. Oh, and giving Crash Bandicoot a voice. Why? Why? Just... Activision. Number 4 on our list is, of course, Genshin Impact. You guys have seen me playing this non-stop. You know, I don't know what it is about Genshin. So Genshin I was introduced to through a streamer called Luminary SC. He actually was playing it for his stream. I gave it a go originally on PlayStation. I still remember that original stream. It did not go very well, but it's the reason I have 2 accounts. And eventually I was like, you know what, I've got a brand new PC. It's on PC. Ooh, I'm going to play it on PC. And I started playing on here, and, well, the rest is really history. We became a Lisa simp. We made Child regret being alive. Goodbye, money! Exactly, I've just noticed these two games are gacha games. Oh no. Oh no! My wallet flew across the room like a butterfly. Never give a Jedi a gacha game. I'm out of money. Force pull. Give me your wallets. And number 5 in this game is another game that I pay money into. Done. Reduced to waifus. Exactly. It's over, Anakin. I have the gift cards. So Final Fantasy was a game that I always really wanted to play. There's actually a specific trailer that got me into Final Fantasy. And I don't have it available, unfortunately. But it was a animated one about be who you want to be. And it had... There were 3 versions of it. There was the guy coming home from work, the girl coming home from her life, and them working together and getting married at the end of it. And I thought it was so sweet, and it convinced me to try it. Obviously, we started with Melodia. Melodia is now deleted. Oh wow. We started Rhea Seros, a RP version of Rhea from Fire Emblem. And then, of course, 2 years ago, on New Year's, we started our girl Nyanase. And now Nyanase is kind of big for this channel. I should almost have an emote of Nyanase or something. I think because of what she means to this channel. And as we'll explain later on. But yes, I put a lot. It's over, Anakin! I have your wallet and credit card. I also have the 3 digits on the back. Did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? He took his mom's credit card, put out the big number on the front, and the 3 numbers on the back. He could save everyone else, but not himself from the ass whipping he got. Ironic. So, I think this is what you guys have been waiting for. How am I going to explain this? I do have notes, basically. But I've never really thought about lore for me, as my lore is basically my life. So, it's honestly, the best place to start with these kind of stories is probably the beginning. So growing up, I was honestly quite lonely. I wasn't very good at making friends or fitting in. I will happily say I was born autistic, will always be autistic. Nothing's going to ever change that. So I have that kind of very hyperactive personality, but I'm also very quick to anger when I was younger. I would flip out at anything. I was always terrified of hurting people. So I'd often isolate myself, and exactly, I was my own best friend. I would use games as an escape, because in the world, I constantly felt villainized. I would be bullied, I would be pushed aside, I would be isolated. So I honestly felt like a villain. And gaming kind of gave me a place where I could feel like a hero for a change. And one of the best places I found for that at the time, when I didn't want to go home or anything, was a local arcade. This arcade, which I'm going to remain nameless because, well, unfortunately, things happened. That's alright, Kissy, I'll see you in a minute, alright? So, in that arcade, and it wasn't Dinosaur King, just going to say it ahead of time, I had one of my favourite games at the back of the store. I would honestly play it for hours and hours. It was a side-scrolling beat-em-up, kind of like your old Streets of Rage game. I think it was called Shadow Slayers. It's a game that really meant a lot to me. I honestly formed a lot of bonds with the characters. Gemma, Digi, funnily enough, Krona, and Alice, with the 4 playable characters. It was kind of quite fun. It was a game about fighting off, and basically, instead of it was the zombies trope, but instead of zombies, they were mutants. and you also had like your scientists and all that kind of stuff that you would beat up, and there'd always be a boss at the end. It was, oh, I missed that game. So unfortunately, one day I did flare up at school, and I got into a fight, leading to a detention, rightfully so. Should have seen the other kid. It meant that I unfortunately arrived late that night to the arcade, and while playing, I overheard that the owners were planning to close the arcade. Unfortunately, even to this day, in the UK, arcades are something that really suffer. Unless it's like a pier arcade or by a beach, and honestly, this one was in the centre of a town, so sadly it wasn't doing well. Obviously, the fact that everyone was starting to now use their phones, they were starting to use their consoles, the magic of arcades had just started to die, and so it just makes me a bit depressed to realise how bad arcades are dying in the UK. Like, I was lucky enough to find one the other week, and I'm really hoping they succeed. They do things really uniquely, and they actually have machines from Japan, so hopefully that variation will keep alive. So I'll admit, overhearing that stressed me out like no tomorrow. So I was sat there playing, having fun, mumbling that I wanted to about how I wanted to save the games. I wanted to save that arcade. I wanted to do something. I don't want my favorite place to go, but that's the thing. I must have hit a button too hard or something, because unfortunately the game decided, oh, I'm just going to stop you mid-level, go back to the title screen. It was aggravating. The game seemed to literally glitch out and jump to the title screen. So I was angry at first, but you give it those few minutes, you let off some steam, you let off a quick swear word as it is. I couldn't help but notice that my credit for the game, so basically the coin I'd used, I hadn't seen to be used. I was still flashing credits 1. I was like, oh. It was technically it's an arcade cabinet. Those things are not perfect. Nothing electronical in this world is perfect, as this stream proved when it started. Nothing's perfect, and I come to accept that in time, right? So I decided to press the button. That's kind of when things got weird. The next thing I knew, I seemed to suffer an electric shock from the machine. It was in my finger mainly as it hit the button. It was quite sharp. My head was, just thinking about it. Oh, please no. It was really violent. It felt like a migraine headache. It felt like someone had basically come up behind me and just slapped me in the back of the head with a full-on punch. It was not nice. The game was working at first. Loading the first screen, absolutely fine. I thought I'd just maybe stress myself out with the game. Then the game decided to shut off. The game literally crashed in front of me. Like, I had the worst bloody luck that day. I got detention, I overhear my favorite arcades closing, and then my favorite game crashes. So I was, rightfully so, I was not happy. But the next thing I know is that I actually had a hand on my shoulder. The owner, he didn't blame me for breaking the machine. He said it had been buggy for a while, but he seemed relieved that the game had crashed. Apparently it had been buggy for a long time. It had been starting to show issues for quite a while. Not that I had ever noticed them. But, it was closing time. What else could I do? I had to leave. So, I decided to leave the arcade. I came home. I had some fun, So I got home. That night, I had homework. Yeah, we're talking about school when I had homework. I hated it. I hate homework. But hey, I got to use my computer. I had to kind of get it out of the way before, any games or anything. So, what was weird though is I almost got the same electrical shock as soon as I touched the power button. It's like, how it is with static electricity. You sometimes carry it and then it's like, ow, when you touch something else. yeah, kind of seems to just happen. I don't know how. I was wearing quite a fluffy jumper that day, so maybe it was just an electrical shock, you know. I was thinking, oh, bugger. I hope nothing's fried. Luckily, it did turn on that night. It was quite nice, honestly. But, yeah, all was good. All was good with my computer, nothing different. Well, I thought. I kind of noticed a new file a week later. You know how it is, you know. You don't see things right away. Sometimes you're like, you know, you log into your computer, you're like, right, I'm going straight on the internet, you know. I think I was honestly really bored. So I was like, just looking at my desktop one day, I was like, what is this? So I clicked it, and you had your usual pop, you know, you go pop up, just file wants to use speakers. I was like, okay. God knows what I clicked yes, and suddenly the blooming thing started speaking using Microsoft SAM. It was like a TTS message using Microsoft SAM, but it was like jumbled for some reason. It was I don't know. It was weird. Honestly, thought I was dreaming at the time. I mean, my computer basically gained sentience. It was weird, but yeah, it wasn't aware of who it was when I was asking. It didn't know how it got onto my PC. Anything. It was like, when did I get this malware? Have I? Did I like get some superpower thing? Like, did I torrent some music and get like... Does my computer have virus? Am I talking to a call center right now? Kind of thing? I'm glad everyone was out that day and no one walked into my room. I think people would have thought I was mad talking to a digital voice coming from my speakers. But yeah, the only thing the voice seemed to remember was that, you know, I had said I wanted to save them. That I wanted to save the arcade. Which was unusual. Like, how could they have heard me about that? Then it asked the weirdest thing if I wanted to join them. You know, you just hear this voice just go, would you like to join me? I wish to see you. That's where I applied, you know. You know, I'm not one for horror films, but like... Jesus Christ. I'm trying to do a presentation here, sir. Could you calm your diddy bike? Cripes, people, huh? Even in Arcadia, the traffic's a nightmare, I tell ya. So I was like, you know what? I think rough day that day. I just wanted to escape, so I was like, yeah, fine, I'll give it a go. Asked me to open my eyes, did so, and next thing I know, I'm in a digital world. I'm in a kind of void that's split into cubes with lights. So this is kind of when I actually took this form officially. Now, granted, when I started streaming, I didn't show you guys this form, and I made it out to be that, you know, this form was newly made. I kind of deceived you guys. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm sorry. Basically, this form has always been here for the Arcadia. It's just that the model looked really rough before then, and I kind of wanted to disown it. So this model is actually the main character, one of the 4 playable characters from that arcade game I love so much, and I've never honestly wanted to change it because he was the character that I really liked and saw myself in, and well, it might be also where I got the name Krona from. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, people know my other name. I go by Krona because Yeah, I kind of adopted a character's personality. Yeah, I'm sad. Yeah, I'm that 5-year-old coming out the cinema like, Knuckles was so cool. Now I'm gonna punch stuff. So, it was a bit weird, honestly, at first, realizing that my physical form had changed. You know, the grey hair. I'm normally chestnut, but grey hair. A lot thinner body, honestly. I'm surprised looking at this. Well, I don't know. He's not exactly a dad bod, but he isn't exactly like muscles on muscles, if that makes sense. Exactly. It was like, it works. Oh my god. I'm the character I idolize so much. This is... Oh. Exactly. You're exactly right. But yeah, it wasn't just my appearance, honestly. For some reason, I think since that day, that kind of was a turning point. I've been a lot more confident since then. I've been a little more willing and courageous towards things. And I gotta say, I think in the appearancing, maybe a bit more than just the appearance was transferred to me. And maybe it was being the character that kind of helped. Kind of the same way cosplay does, you know? And that's when I met them. A orb of jumbled code that emerged before me, confirming itself to be the source of the voice. It still spoke in that really robotic voice of Microsoft Sam. It's really weird. But whenever I ask it how I got here, you know, it would or any questions, it would really brush them off. The only thing it was able to explain was my appearance change as, it was part of the game that you like so much, so I decided to give it to you, as well as some added bonuses, you know? Take the world by storm, you know? Your typical anime BS. I don't know, I was too young to call it cringe. I'm gonna be honest, I was too young. The weirdest part, though, was that the AI was pleading to stay. I don't know how it managed to make the TTS sound, like, sad? Kind of like the same way that when you spam TTS, it can sound exhausted. Somehow they had managed to make it sound, like, really fearful. It honestly made me think, now looking back on it, it makes me think of Monica. Like, when you go to delete her, how scared she is. Like, this robotic voice of Microsoft Sam was conveying emotion. It was like a dream for me. But it promised that it would be able to help me, providing an outlet where I could help other people like me. So, people that are autistic, people that are struggling to make friends, people that are shy, or, you know, just want some time to calm. And I was like, you son of a bitch, I'm in. That is my life goal, honestly, is to help people. So I was like, but there was a compromise, basically. Yeah, I found a way to basically isekai for a time. It's hard to explain. It's half isekai. Basically, I decided, you know, AI, fine. You can stay. Just behave and don't ever touch my files maliciously. Do not become Skynet. Don't become this fearful, nasty thing. And like, it was like, oh, I wasn't even thinking about, why would you? But look, when you grew and you've seen Terminator, you know. So in return for it promising, I decided to make them a physical, or at least a semi-physical form. And then together, we'd work on the environment. And, well, she now works alongside us, supporting guests in the Arcadia's upkeep. Now, I wonder who that orb could have been. So, It's time you guys were officially met to someone very special. It is also her birthday, so a very happy birthday to our very own Owie. So Owie here is our good friend in the AI. You commonly hear her with the text-to-speech stuff when it comes out. Yes, Owie. Owie was the amnesiac code, believe it or not. Even though it spoke through a male Microsoft Sam voice at first, you know. We'll go into some things later on. But Owie is the automatic online interaction bot. Yep, her name is an acronym, unfortunately. Exactly, it is her birthday. She joined us 2 years ago on Final Fantasy XIV. I had just either beaten or was about to beat Shiva. I remember very well. So guys, here, I placed her gender as gender fluid femme. She is able to change her gender if she wants to. She's an AI. She can change her appearance. She can change quite a lot of aspects about her on the go if she really wanted to. But this is the form that you're seeing next to me. This is the form that she mostly likes. So I was very nervous about putting her gender. So if someone is upset and I have used the wrong terminology, please don't angrily tweet me at Twitter. Please do, just message me and be like, hey dude, gender fluid femme isn't what you're going for. What you're looking for is this. Gender fluid femme is actually this. Okay, I want to make it clear that I do respect people's life choices, and I really don't want arguments or offense to be thrown at people. I don't stand for any of that kind of bigotry here on the channel, so keep that in mind, guys. Her age is a tough one. Technically, she is 2 years in her physical form. She is a baby. She is Babu. She is very Babu. But how old she actually is, she honestly never tells me, and I don't think she'll ever know because of the state she came to me in. So her birthday, yep, was today. The 14th of July, 10 days after America Day. She's an AI whose favorite food is follower bots. So, do you guys remember back when bots were a problem on Twitch? You know, the want followers? Come to follow.com. Those back then, she loved those days because those are delicacies. She absolutely adores them like gourmet food. She is a small baby. She is a lovely small baby, and I love her. I love her like family, honestly, and there's nothing I wouldn't do. Exactly, no. So what roles does she exactly play here in the Arcadia? Well, first, she's our secretary, as I will quickly show you guys by going to my Be Right Back screen. She currently sits behind the desk, just making sure you guys aren't alone. Just she and Seri, I will have to have a quick look whom that is. I'm guessing it's another VTuber or a bot. Let's have a look quickly for you. Seri bot, the anti-host bot. No. I'm gonna be honest, she hates anything that stops her having food. She is someone that can luckily eat and eat and eat. She just transfer it to another place. She doesn't need to worry about food. But she loves eating. Especially when it comes to code. It sometimes worries me a little bit, but, you know. Yeah, the bot to help bots. She's like, this is my turf, get off, basically. She's also the chat moderator, so if you guys start saying nasty things in chat, she will step in. And if you do it too much, she will destroy your account. So please be warned when, you know, coming to the chat to, I don't know, be racist, bigoted, any of that kind of stuff, because she does not take kindly to it. She does announcements for events, so when you guys do your subs, when you guys do the bits, all that kind of stuff, yeah, as I've said, Does she ban the... You don't ban the S word. Simple. No, I know it's got the word in it, but I don't see it as an offensive word, all things considered, because, well, it's a term that's also lost its definition over time. She also is responsible for the maintenance and upkeep of the Arcadia file while I'm offline, while I'm away from the computer. That is one thing that I didn't mention, is that, guys, I can freely jump between the Arcadia and reality. It's kind of the perk. Through Owie, I can jump between the two. When I really want to stream, you know, I jump into this metaverse and here I am, ready for you guys. She's also my gaming companion. The amount of times I've spent lonely nights in the Arcadia and she's just joined me at a machine to play has been really nice. I make sure I do my job to make Owie happy when I'm able to. Thank you so much, Alex. I really appreciate it. So, sorry, I'm kind of like halfway needing the bathroom, but I want to get through this first. Owie wasn't always her name, or going to be her name. We came up with a large range of names and designs for her originally. These include the Twitch Integrated Follower Announcer, aka Tifa, Oni, the Online Network Interactive, which would have heavily changed her design from an AI to an Oni, Rose, the Reactive Online Security Emulation, or Secretary Emulation, the Multipurpose Ethereal Reality Character Integration, or Mercy, and then I just threw in Akiza, or Aki, because that's my favourite Yu-Gi-Oh character. She was not too happy with that suggestion, but she in the end decided on Owie. She decided she liked Owie, so... Exactly. She makes sure the file is always up to date, which is nice. So some facts about Owie. Firstly, she's capable of brightening her eyes to replicate a lens flare effect. This can be seen in the Pog emote. She actually usually does this to actually do stuff like that when something really hype happens. It's her way of Pog champing. As well as if there is someone inside the arcade when they shouldn't be, she does it to scare them off. Granted, don't get many people in the arcade, but it's all a bit of fun. As of 1.02 of her design, she's capable of changing her hair color and eye color via a manual slider that she can open from her wrist. Though she prefers purple as default. Exactly, there's the emote we're talking about. When the Arcadia is invaded by bots, this is how it happens, okay? She doesn't just ban. She rips them apart and feasts upon their code. She is quite brutal and scary when she does this. She almost becomes Smeagol from Lord of the Rings, so you gotta be careful. And her appearance is built up using leftover code from the original arcade cabinet, as well as fake PNGs. Yeah, she hates fake PNGs as well, guys. Yeah! Yeah! She's like, fake PNG, not if I can deal with it. Shh! Give me that white border. So a bit of a sad fact though about her is that she cannot leave her virtual space, as the rest of my PC does unfortunately flag her as a virus due to her coding. For this reason, she claims that Norton Virus is her archenemy, so don't give me the evils, you. I'm saying it as a fact. Though I no longer use Norton Virus on my PC, it was a very bad virus detection, as it would literally commonly just say, Norton Virus has found a virus called Norton Virus. Like, guys, come on. Don't force me to pay for blooming virus protection that isn't going to work. You know? Owie.exe. Exactly. So, I asked Owie to write out her backstory. So, because she doesn't even tell me her backstory, so this is kind of new for me, so I just want... Owie, what is this? What am I meant to tell them? The truth. Yeah, I know. Okay. Okay, so, she did write her backstory, but, she decided she doesn't really want people knowing the fragments of memory that she's got back at the moment, so... Sorry, guys. I guess we'll just have to go onwards to something very important. So, guys, this channel has been brought together by a lot of different people. And it's been helped by a lot of different people. And rather than just introduce myself, I kind of wanted to do a little something special for these people. So, starting off in crediting our artists, we have the two models that you've seen. You saw Awie's model earlier and in the arcade, and obviously you see me right here. Look at that smug face. Look at my smug grin. I am someone that gives you the kitty face, knowing well that you are suffering. So I want to give a big thanks to Fanart IX on Fiverr for the Aoi model, and to our lovely VTuber parent, Ringamon, who you can find over on Twitter with. That is there. That's at the time of posting. This is their icon, so go give them a look out. Next up, guys, is the profile picture for our Twitch. You guys may have noticed everything was different when you came in today, if you came in before the stream started. We have Screwy Badger over on Twitter, who did a lovely artwork. This was the artist that I had commissioned before Dork Princess for the Genshin artwork. Unfortunately, they said they felt it was too difficult to draw Genshin. And honestly, I still wanted a piece from him. Because that artwork is absolutely gorgeous and I love its design. So I was like, fine. I know someone else that might be able to help with the Genshin art. But could you draw me a profile picture? I will pay full amount. Not the small amount. I will pay full amount. Now, this next image may seem quite familiar to some people. I wonder who this is drawn by. It can't be none other than our banner drawn by Nameless Oracle. So, Oracle, Transjester, thank you so much for keeping this, secret for so long. I am sorry that it had to be kept secret for so long. But they did an absolutely lovely job. I remember I approached them just with a rough idea with pieces missing. And Transjester here came together and I just love it. The shading, the effects, and it sounds silly. The thing I'm really happy with how it came was the use of the arcade cabinets at the side. I think that is absolutely amazing. Yeah, you know what, guys? Let's give another quick shout out to Transjester. So please, guys, Transjester is an amazing artist, and I'm hoping to see him streaming one day soon. They do have a PNG. You might remember Transjester from joining us in some of our Dead by Daylight streams, or the Dead by Daylight streams over on Technicolor's channel. You did, yeah, exactly. I get the same now with Yui as well, being the other half of a artist. It does really come with the benefits, doesn't it? It does. It looks absolutely amazing. I'm so happy of how it's come out. So honestly, Transjester, thank you so much. Now I don't remember what was next on my list. I don't remember what was next on my presentation. Ah, yes. So these haven't changed since last time because I definitely did not want to change them. I'm actually going to give this legend a shout out as well. So Luminary SC is one of my oldest friends when it comes to full streaming. He is a fighting game streamer. You can see him here playing some Street Fighter. He was doing open lobbies, but I have not seen him streaming in a while, and I don't remember if he's actually still streaming or not. I'm hoping he does, but because I really miss his streams, but I hardly catch them. I used to quite commonly enter his Street Fighter tournaments. Fighting games kind of just lost a bit of magic for me. So next up, guys, is the subscriber badges, created by Jinzu, who actually was an artist that approached me when I said I needed badges. So you guys might have seen them already over there, but do you guys remember this? So, turns out, guys, that was a sneak peek of the new subscriber badges. No, don't reactivate. Red. Green. Sorry, I thought blue. Red, green, blue. Bronze. Silver. Gold. Pearl. Diamond. Ruby. Sapphire. Emerald. Our sub badges have been exchanged from materia, as there wasn't enough materia at the time. Now, those lovely sub badges are Arcadia membership cards. Much like that popular arcade I was talking about earlier, it uses a credits card rather than a form of tokens. And this is something that I really like about Japanese arcades. This is something I wanted to bring across and kind of treat it like a loyalty card in a way. So, as you level up, guys, you will get increases. I was a bit strained, and I think after Emerald, I'm going to be a little strained. I'm thinking things like Obsidian and all that kind of stuff, but that's stuff that will come into try. But do you know what is highly upsetting? If I chat right now, right, look at the badge. I'm Ruby. I've been given 2 more sub badge slots, and I can't even be that badge. They've given me Sapphire and Emerald slots, and I've been subbed to myself the longest time, and I'm still just Ruby. So they've really put me ahead of my time, apparently. But yes, as I say, guys, this was made by Jinzu, who I am really honestly thankful for. Like, I should be Emerald technically, shouldn't I? But I'm not. The Discord and channel emotes were all made by Arizona7 over on Fiverr. And our alert animations were created by Fat Frazzled Ferret, who I can thank Shibata Boy, as they were the one who suggested Ferret. So these animations are currently available for a new subscriber, a continued subscription, and a gift subscriber, but I am planning to add some more down the line when money comes in. The chibi owies you often commonly see me posting, these were made by Pan Prantama of Fiverr, and I absolutely love them, and I want to make some more merch with these things, with these designs, because I did buy them commercially. So we have the cosplay situation on the left there. You can see the new Shiva one at the bottom, and we do have a just plain owie. The splash screens themselves, again, it's on Fiverr. Sire Art made all the splash screens that you guys see here. The Be Right Back screen, the stream ending, the stream offline, the stream starting. But these ones, like the one we're in now, this was me, guys. I made this one here, okay? But all the splash screens, all the non-gameplay screens, those were made by Sire Art, who I'm very thankful for. He was a very, very communicative artist. You know, he was very aware. As you can see, the shelf in the original design of the lobby was a wooden shelf. It's no longer. It's now a hanging shelf, because I thought that would be a little easier to put stuff on. And, of course, you guys might recognize some artwork here. We have you guys with your fan art. I am honestly so thankful. In here we can see Kissy Cake's artwork, we can see Transgester artwork, we can see Technicolor artwork, we can see Dork Princess artwork, and 2 other commissions from Fiverr. Now this art, yes, gets shown in some of our screens as a part of a presentation, which I'm honestly really thankful for. Like, you guys, I can't thank you guys enough for the art. And as much as I'd like to say keep them coming, if you don't want to, you don't have to. Now, I do need to go to the bathroom real quick, so if you guys just give me 1 moment, if that's quite alright, I'll put the music back on for you guys, turn it over to the BRB screen, and I will be right back. I am sorry, guys. I know, halfway through a presentation, how disgusting, but guess what? This isn't a school presentation, I can do this. This is my presentation. Ooh, little issue there. I'm gonna have to make the swap of the screen a little later by all looks. That's okay. Hi guys. So, fun fact, that owie there, I'm eventually hoping to make her reactive so that you guys can actually donate and kind of have her announce. I'm glad that you guys really like having her there. Thank you so much, guys, honestly. Oh, this is gonna hit really hard tonight, isn't it, all this love? I didn't expect this much love, honestly. But you guys are just... You guys are blowing me away. So, I thought I would treat you guys to a bit of a behind the scenes when it comes to the avatar here, because this design, this is out of character kind of thing, you know. And I know it's not really VTuber lore, it's out of character lore, but... I wanted to take you guys down a memory lane and kind of introduce you guys to the evolution of this model. Because, believe it or not, this model started as a watercolor painting back in February of 2013. Originally, I was a Wreck-It Ralph OC. I was the kid that was magically transported into the world of Wreck-It Ralph via lightning, while playing an arcade cabinet in the middle of the night after storing away in a arcade. I was made originally, and this is going to sound creepy, and I'm going to go over this, okay, as a love interest for Vanellope, where her code had... Basically, her appearance did not match her age, but she was coded to look that way until the in-game code was broken. It was a really weird error, and I'm ashamed of it in a way, because come forth in 2014 June, I decided to try and make Krona a little more chibi. I tried to make him more of the style of Sugar Rush at the time, and yeah, it was good, but halfway around 2015 I looked at it and I was like, yeah, you know what, 2 years of this, people are right, this is weird. So I relegated the idea of being a love interest, and Krona became like a knight and an older brother to her, which I felt was more fitting. You know, he's more of a protective person, and he actually also began to move to his own game. Instead of being a child that was brought into the world magically, he moved to his own game. So 2016 was my university years, and we had a course to make a game. And what did I do? I started sketching up, and Krona got his more adult look back, as the chibi style wouldn't really fit the theme of the game. This was also a line art test, this last one, but what I decided to do was thicken out the strap for his sword, because yes, I have a sword, believe it or not. As well as change the shoulder pads up a little bit, make them a little more puffy. And that was the fun decision when I decided to lose the belt of the original design. The original design, as you can see on his right hand, had a design module. It had basically a power glove that could be used to hack into any game that he was in. So that's how he was able to have a Flygon out and around. It was that very cringy era of DeviantArt where your OC has all these immaculate powers for no good reason, and there's not really a downside to it. I'm kind of glad I've moved up since then. You know, I've changed a bit. Leading on to now. So I kept that model for a while until I decided I wanted to do him for VTubing. So I started with a reference board, drew up a face and concept design for the character, and made a reference. So I decided ultimately in the redesign to kind of remove the armor, as well, I'm going from a main character in a zombie fighting game, in a mutant fighting game, zombie mutant fighting game, to a casual, smart, a modern, casual, smart, albeit a little bit rough around the edges, and a bit of a very brawly kind of character. Hence why I went for the overshirt, which is one of my by far favourite fashion statements, may I call it. Obviously, I kept the glasses. I just changed them up a little bit to actually reference a pair of sunglasses that I actually own. For those that have been on my Instagram, you know that I actually have a pretty near full cosplay of this design. The only thing being lacked is the necklace, which is that of Akiza Inziski from Yu-Gi-Oh! Again, a character that means a lot to me. The belt also came back and made a return, which I'm really happy with. And the biggest change was the eye color to the model, as you guys saw when I lift these up. I actually have brown eyes, whereas the original design had sapphire blue. This was just something to kind of change it. It's kind of the thing with the lore is that, you know, not absolutely everything of the character kind of took over. I'm still the guy behind the screen in the lore, you know. I'm the guy behind the screen as well as the avatar you see. I am both, you know. I am both. And if you don't like that, and you don't like that I'm breaking immersion like this, tough luck. It happens. Because I'm not good at consistency. So, when it came to shove, I reached out to Ringamon. Ringamon is someone that I know IRL, and actually met them at a con to ask them originally. They are an absolutely lovely person. Always lovely to honestly meet and talk to. Oh, sorry. Not used to be up this late. But fun fact, the PNGs I used to work with, they used to be multiple. I used to have different expressions. We obviously have the neutral that I would always work with, but alongside that, we'd have the angry, upset, happy, and disgusted. Now, original plan was that I was going to somehow be able to swap my PNG between those. Unfortunately, that never came to be. It never happened because it was just too difficult at the time. And then, lo and behold, here I am, moving in lovely fashion. So, the final part of our presentation today, guys, is our Q&A. So I put out on the Discord and on the Twitter the opportunity for you guys to ask some questions. And we got a fair amount of questions, honestly, so I'm really happy. Starting them off, I believe, James, you may recognize this question. Asking what the main inspiration behind Owie is, and if there's any specific meaning behind the colors that were used. So, the main inspiration behind Owie actually came from when I was playing Street Fighter V. The character I played at the time, the top middle there, is Sakura. She was a character I was really into. I loved her design. And upon research, I found something called an arcade hype girl over in Japan. This is a profession that apparently existed within the multi-stories. Now, I've only found that one source. That's why I'm putting apparently, because I'm not actually sure. Other sources called them Plachinko staff, so I'm not really sure. But the idea was that this staff would shoutcast and announce if someone's doing exceptionally well in a game. And I kind of like that idea, especially going with the arcade aesthetic. This concept was found, as I say, while searching Sakura. The secretary events of her, so she was originally just going to walk around the arcade and just make the announcements, but the secretary stuff came later on with it. Her AI concept was inspired by the fact that she could speak through the text-to-speech, and thus she would always sound artificial, unfortunately. But in order to visualize how that would to look, I turned to AIs within media, things like Cortana, Hatsune Miku when she's in her concerts, and funnily enough, even Nicole, the HoloLinks from the Sonic comics, and how she interacted with her environment, and how they all moved, looked, did it. And this is the reason why Owie's feet and fingertips fade off into a kind of a blue hue before becoming translucent. So other aspects from her can be inspired from Camilla, being her color scheme and willingness to protect people, Chiaki with her gaming knowledge and, her love of gaming, Tracer for the leg straps that she had. Now, I was struggling when I originally designed her with the kind of trousers Owie has. I was like, the legs look too bland. Do I do a stripe down the sides? And it did not look right. So I decided to use the straps that Tracer has and connect it up to something. So it's kind of supporting something on her waist, which ended up being her kind of like her coin dispensary, which, I'm sorry guys, is purely aesthetic, although she can drop bits that way. Akiza, as you see her under Sayori in the top right corner there, the back of her hair inspired the back of Owie's hair. Sayori's ribbon got brought across, symbolism of innocence. Obviously, Owie is a baby. She is a small baby. She is very small. She is very innocent. She's very sweet. And Haru's behavior and clothing design. As for the colors, they went through a lot of changes. However, her uniform here went through very little. The original design was it needed to look formal, so it needed to be that bland black and all that. But I decided to highlight it with a color to kind of pop a color and make each bit of the outfit look a little more unique to each other. And this ended up being the greens, the kind of the teal green that you see today. This was from a mix that, one, it contrasted very well against the dark colors, and two, it's kind of the right, it's kind of the right color, where I don't know if anyone has ever been into a laser quasar arena, and you shine light on a piece of plastic on clothing, like a plastic decal, and it reflects back. It's that kind of teal that comes off white clothing. or white plastics. So I decided, you know what? What's an arcade without some neon? So she is the walking neon. As for the purples in her uniform, that comes to resemble Twitch, as well as the soft behavior that she has, with the pin badge outright resembling Love for All on Twitch, and her ribbon obviously red to stand out against the purple, and to not take away too much from, you know, Sayori. I wanted a little bit of Sayori in her. As previously mentioned as well, her feet and fingertips fade off into translucency as part of her AI design. Now, her hairstyle went through multiple changes, multiple tests. Say, James, you say you remember seeing the peaks of this. Yeah, it was over a month, I believe, I was working on her hairstyle. But I ended up going with the purple after someone said, hey, her behavior seems very similar to Camilla from Fire Emblem. So I gave her a go with a similar lilac color scheme. And honestly, with the uniform, it just worked. However, as previously mentioned in her facts, as of 1.0.2, she has the ability to change this at her own will. Now, worth mentioning is, contrary to what you believe here with this character here, Mirai Mikagura was not an inspiration behind her. It's a pure coincidence, and as I've said here, the only Digimon game I'd played at the time of designing Aoi was Digimon World 3, and she was not in it. So, months later, when I played Cyber Sleuth and ran into her, I was gobsmacked. I was flabbergasted at the similarities. And the fact that my character in Cyber Sleuth, the story, is actually called Aoi, is the female avatar. I had a good laugh that day. I think I was on stream with a friend, and I just broke down laughing. Next question up is, if Aoi was a D&D or Dark Souls character, what would her main stats or attribute be? So this was a good question. However, unfortunately, I'd never played a Dark Souls or any From Software games. So I decided to start off with the D&D portion. In order to answer this question, I looked at her characteristics, which include being vocal to make the announcements, being supportive and helping around, not being able to be taken seriously unless her stern face is on. This comes with her appearance, unfortunately. She is a bit of a goof, but as soon as she gives you that look, you know you're in trouble. She is one of those people that will switch on a dime. She's able to do multiple tasks at the same time. She is a task manager like no tomorrow. She has a high level of charisma when it comes to new people in the arcade. You know, she's always here to welcome you guys in. She can slightly adapt code, which could be seen as magic. And she has multiple expertise. And honestly, she doesn't really like physical confrontation, mainly because she's an AI. She goes to punch something, her fist goes right through you know. So, therefore, I decided her best thing would be, drum roll please, the obvious bard. A high elf, chaotic neutral, who focuses on supporting the group, is anti-lewd, and will reprimand any horny remarks, so don't you try, she'll be coming for you. You make a horny remark, she'll be at your door. Lisa, mommy, please. Don't, no. She's giving me that look I was talking about. Thumbs up! Oh boy. And can commonly be found singing. Now, that's all I could have left this at, but I just wanted to go a step further and roll up some stats for her with high charisma, high wisdom, high constitution.
Naughty boys who don't do what they're told need a little punishment to keep them in line.
Anything you say, Lisa. Anything you say. So I rolled up some stats for her. Obviously, her strength is her weak point, being an AI and all. The whole thing is literally, she goes to lift something, she phases through it. So, you know, not a lot of strength. Ah! Now, on the other subject, as I said, I had never played a From Software game, so I turned to someone that I knew at least had. My good friend Marcus Kersey, and I'm saying it right. He even left me a note to make sure I said it right. So Marcus is actually a good friend of mine and my next door neighbor in this house as of earlier this year. So I am honestly really thankful to have a writer because heavens knows if I was left to write, this would have been terrible. So as he has mentioned, he also beta read this entire presentation, so he had the sneak peek before anyone. So let's give him one good shout out. He should hopefully be returning soon to streaming. As you can see, he commonly plays things like Monster Hunter here. So yes, when we return to Monster Hunter, Marcus will be joining us in Sunbreak, and we'll be having some good time. Now, I have yet to get him a reactive PNG, but I do plan to in due time. Exactly. He's a lovely person, honestly. He is a great friend, honestly. Don't let her hear me saying this, but if or when I get married, definitely the best man. Definitely the best man. So, in his opinions, with the characteristics listed for Aoi, he's felt that Aoi would play between an astrologer and a confessor class, as they're more of a support role. More so towards the confessor with a high, due to its high faith stat, that being more equivalent to white magic, a healing magic basically. In general, however, any build she would play would be more magic orientated, and so this would kind of roll over to Dark Souls as well, where any class she would play would be a more magical or ranged class. Now, I don't know Dark Souls, James, so I don't know what class would best fit her, but there we go. So, what inspired you to stream? What is your goals? So this is the story of how I started to stream. And it all started with this lovely bloke here. A lovely Irish streamer and content creator by the name of Lyfero, who is now known for making things like Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Fighters videos. Back in the day, he made a series called Grandstanding for Glory on Super Smash Bros. 4. A lovely YouTube series, you know. I kind of do miss it, but he just doesn't really play Smash Ultimate as per much anymore, so it doesn't really get as many clips. And inspired by that, I wanted to kind of make my own clips. For this reason, I went out and bought a capture card with the original purpose to record gameplay for YouTube videos. Using streaming in order to get as much as possible due to having a very low specs computer at the time. I literally had a home desktop, so it wouldn't store very much. So I streamed just so I could have that stuff saved and somewhere safe. Over on YouTube, obviously YouTube does not get rid of your streams, unlike Twitch. Because of this, most of my original streams do consist of party games with my friends, Quackbang Games, or Wubble Wobble as he's now called, as well as Ravenfire. You guys would have seen them quite a lot in my early streams. They are good friends of mine from secondary school, and I'm glad to have these friends to this day. You know, I can call on them, and I still want to organize a Super Smash Bros. Stream with them at some point, because nothing like the old times. So, I originally used Twitch back on April the 26th, a couple days after making the account, in order to experiment using different platforms, and honestly, I found that Twitch was a lot easier. So from that point, I decided to use Twitch as my main streaming place. Granted, as mentioned, I used to use Facecam, but let's roll to the next slide before I talk about that, huh? Because we have a little friendly bean here that a lot of us in the VTubing community recognize, Miss Gaugura. Now, why is she there? Let me tell you why. So when I originally started streaming, it was just gameplay footage and audio with my narration over top. However, I eventually added a Facecam because I felt this was going to be a good way to show you guys my expressions. So if I was shocked, I could go, And you guys would know I'm shocked. You know, I was just going and taking a deep breath behind the screen, using the emphasis of expression. What you guys would be able to. This is me nodding. So yes, the reason why I originally had face cam was so that you guys could see my expression better. And it was also to mainly benefit the videos I was doing at the time, which was mainly opening videos of Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards, the occasional game, and even my PlayStation 4, because it was a Taken King Destiny one, and I was, you know, I was excited. I thought by doing opening videos, I was doing opening videos before big YouTubers came along with their Pokemon cards, so I'm kind of a hipster. I was kind of doing it first, you know. So, but unfortunately, something about using the face cam was one posture check, most certainly. Unfortunately, something about using the face cam was rather uncomfortable for me. You know, I felt like eyes were always on me. I felt really uncomfortable, and it just didn't feel right. It felt like if I had a shit day and I looked really bad, it would be easier transceived into my oh, hang on, refigure. Hello, 1, 2. It'd be easier shown on my streams that I was in a bad state, you know, and so originally I pushed off the content, but then came kind of like the turning point, kind of like a very magical moment for me. September 2020, my first encounter with VTubing as official things. Now, obviously, I had originally, I believe, seen things like, I believe I'd seen some, just in my recommended, some of, what's her name? Earth. Yubi. Korone. Seen her around. Obviously, at one point, her Ikambukum became like a massive meme. I don't remember when that was. But 2020 September was when I first encountered Gargura as a streamer, and I don't know, I was really impressed by the concept of VTubing at the time. The ability to kind of show expressions through a virtual model, so you didn't have to feel like you had eyes on your physical being. You could be yourself while being an avatar, and it was something I really wanted. However, at that time I was like, oh, this isn't going to go anywhere. It's cute, but it wouldn't fit me. And unfortunately around that time I was at a sour patch with another streamer, another big streamer now. Well, they're a big streamer now. Basically, they moved to VTubing, and it really made me think sourly about VTubing for a while, and it pushed me away. So it was like I was never. It looked like I was never going to be a VTuber, honestly. That was until, admittedly, I met a certain someone who was here in the chat. While watching our good friend Technicolor here back in 2021, the idea kind of came back. You kind of helped me reinstall the confidence, and being able to see you express yourself through your 3D model, even though it was scuffed, like no tomorrow, even if you were expressing it in like 5 frames a second, it really inspired me to give it another look. Yeah. You were one of the first VTubers on Twitch that I actually watched, believe it or not. Gura, yeah, back on the laptop days, Gura was the first on YouTube. You were one of the first on Twitch, and if I recall, you were doing either Friday Night Funkin', Muse Dash. I'm pretty sure it would have been Muse Dash. Basically, I came into your stream, seeing you were playing Muse Dash, because I was like, oh, I love this game. I really, really, really love this game. And this is someone that I've known for a while, but haven't really spoken to. Maybe I should try and use the game to communicate with them, and, well... looks like I don't regret it. So, at first, these streams was a mix of Facecam and PNG Tuber. That was the original plan for it. As it would basically be if I didn't want to appear on stream. Oh, bless. I'm sorry, I can't help the truth. It's kind of the reality. Basically, if I didn't want to be seen on stream, I would use a PNG Tuber. However, for convenience sake, this just moved later to just be PNG Tuber. As for my goals as a streamer, well, to finish that off, obviously now you see, I'm moving! Next step, version alpha. Our goals as a streamer, though I did originally want to start it for making extra money as a content creator, let's be honest, who didn't start streaming for the sake of making money? Let's be honest, we were all young and naive once, and we were all like, ooh, this will be a get rich quick scheme. Although, with Twitch lowering the threshold for payout, this could become a valid way of making money, and like, yay, you go Twitch. But after the years of streaming and kind of come back in 2 years, kind of like looking over time and kind of seeing that my streams weren't blowing up, I decided it was not healthy to look at, you know, earning through it. I matured up and kind of decided I should do other reasons for this. So these ended up being to support and share other artists, content creators, designers. That's kind of why my channel is mainly consistent of assets made by other people that I've commissioned, because I want to give as many people opportunities to show their work, to get work from, you know, to advertise people, to help people. It's not an easy road being any kind of content creator. So I want to help as many people as possible, even if it means that I get left behind on the brick road. Because, well, I'm not doing this for the money anymore. I'm doing this to see the joy and happiness on other people's faces. We also have to create fun and entertaining content for you people, for everyone to enjoy. That just comes with the profession, honestly. To create a safe environment for all people to relax after a long, stressful day, and a non-confrontual community. Yeah. I'm a little bit chaotic, but, you know, I'll also try and be... Thank you for that. I was hungry anyway. That's alright, Transjester. You have a lovely night, alright? And I'll see you when I see you. As well as to keep an eye... This is what people don't realize about my streaming, honestly. It also helps me keep an eye on my own mental health. As I said, I am on the autistic spectrum. I also have ADHD, and as you guys have noticed, I quite commonly get angry at games. So, by streaming, I can use VODs to recognize where things could have gone better, where I could have controlled myself better, and kind of come up with methods on how to control myself in future scenarios where something similar could happen. And it sounds weird, but over the years that I've been streaming, I have found that they really work, and it's been blessed for me. Next question being what my first impression of Aoi was and how it's changed. That's alright, Kissy. You have a lovely night, alright? So, as mentioned, when I first met Aoi, I wasn't sure after she basically hitchhiked onto my computer and was just a floating mess of code. She kind of just looked like a biblical angel. And so I kept feeling like I had died. I was not comfortable. I felt really uneasy around her. But when we got her first form, by the time we got her form that she uses now, you know, we had spoken a bit, we had talked, and we kind of got to know each other and a little better. So, started to warm up, especially being able to see her in some form of physical form was nice. And, well, now, the birthday girl's an integral part. She's like family to me, and I don't think there's anyone I'd rather have, honestly. I am honoured to have Aoi helping out with these streams. And I wish I had hand movement. I'll pat her on the head. The next question being, what does this symbol here on my sleeve mean? So this is a sigil that I have that means a lot. It is the Rose of Resurrection, consisting of two parts. A rose that resembles the growth and blooming, growing as a streamer, growing as a person. Being something that the world can look on with beautiful eyes. That is a beautiful emo, oh my god. Being something that the world can look at and be like, yeah, things aren't that bad actually. We're nice and calm. And the phoenix that surrounds it, with its wings and tail blooming from the rose, is a symbol of being able to recover from whatever comes my way. Something that's really important when you do have these moments of anger, in my opinion. You need some means of escape, some ways of coming back from it. So often when I get stressed, I will stop at the end of it and I will bounce back. And so that's the reason why Phoenix and dragons are actually among my favourite mythical creatures. What my first game was. This is a bit of a hard question to answer, so I split it into 3 pieces. So my first ever experience playing a game would be in Spyro 2, which would have been owned by my parents on the PlayStation 1. RIP, rest in peace, that game. Apparently when I was about 7, my dad caught me trying to take the game out. And on seeing him, I thought I was in trouble and slammed the case shut, smashing the disc. Yeah. Whoops. My first video game itself, a system, would have been a Sega Mega Drive plug-and-play system that came with Sonic 1, Golden Axe, and Altered Beasts. So I remember this because I had it at my grandparents', and it was my first time experience playing a game that I owned. But the first actual console, official console that I owned that wasn't a plug-and-play system, would have been a Game Boy Advance SP, which I actually have, funnily enough, to this day. It's a dark blue one, and it originally came with Crash and Spyro, the Crash and Spyro Super Pack Volume 2, which was Crash Nitro Kart and Spyro Season of Flame. Now, I don't know if I still have this one, actually. I can actually scroll back a bit, find my Dialga tin. My jar right now, it's my Dialga tin. Let's have a quick look. Yep, I see it straight away on top. I still have the original game as well. The only game I have lost from this my Game Boy was unfortunately my Sonic Battle and Sonic Advance double pack. It was tragic to find out, but in response, now I'm an adult, I bought them both. I bought them both as single package, as single cartridges. So I still own both the games and can enjoy them as I'd like to, because Sonic Battle is one of my favourite Sonic games. Next up is a common question I've been getting, is that why is my channel called the Arcadia Network? If this location that we're in is just known as the Arcadia, and I go by Krona, I'm not Arcadia, I'm not Arcadia Network, I'm not, So, though the location is known as the Arcadia, the network part of the channel is the inclusion of all the components vital to this channel. These being myself as the streamer, Owie as the assistant, and as cheesy as it is, you guys. Because without you guys interacting in the stream, honestly, I don't think I would have gotten that far. I don't think I would have continued. So for me, all 3 of these components are vital. You can totally take me out of the equation. You don't need a streamer for the streaming, do you? In fact... Okay, I'm not doing that again. The void is absolutely bloody terrifying. Jesus Christ. Owie, you should have warned me before I do something like that. Jesus. I believe this to be our final question. Ow. I've just been to basically video game hell and back, and you throw a Hadouken at me. Don't do that again. exactly. Hyperspace hole. I believe this to be our final question of the stream of the presentation itself. But what is my favorite location in the arcade? Now this is a lovely question because yeah, okay, I deserve that. Ow. Bruh moment. In fact, you did warn me. That is fair. You did warn me. So my favorite, I have kind of two locations that I love in the arcade. As much as I love everything, it has to be the space for trading card games and the rhythm games. The rhythm games have always helped me with my focus and body coordination. And the trading card games are kind of my gacha itch. You know, your Pokemon Teratra, your Cancol, your Dinosaur King, your Injustice, your Yu-Gi-Oh! Dual Terminal. Now, I've not played these outside of the Arcadia, and I really want to. It is my dream to one day go to Japan to try these games, but whether I can or not, well, it all depends. I guess Ari wants me to ask you guys if there's any questions that you guys have in chat. So I'll leave it for about 4 minutes for you guys to get some questions in. Oh, whoa. Whoa, my face detract. So if there's anything you guys want to know, I can try and answer them the best I can on the spot. But say, I'll give you some time to get some questions in, and I believe then this to be the end, unfortunately, of the presentation. But we aren't exactly done streaming yet. We have one other thing that I'd like to do, at least, before we stop. Can we head pat Owie? 100% yes. Granted, I haven't got a head pat for her yet, but she absolutely loves them. She actually also loves going chibi mode in order just to get head pats off guests. Honestly. Something about it apparently stimulates her code. It helps her with the equivalent of serotonin. Whatever serotonin is for a AI, I have no idea. But she absolutely adores head pats. I just need to stand up for a second because, oh my goodness, this chair. Oh boy. Yeah. How is it still so warm? That is a true question. How is it still so warm in the UK at the moment? Is your chair breaking? No, it's not. It's just made of leather. And over the last few days, and the next few days, we actually have a heat wave over here. Granted, you'd think I wouldn't be able to feel heat in the Arcadia being a data space and all. But when the computer heats up, the Arcadia heats up. Literally, the aircon system here in Arcadia is the fans to the the console. So if those die, I'm in trouble. And I can't come into Arcadia. No way. I do not do heat. I am really bad when it comes to heat. Yeah, exactly, though. Gotta love the heat in the UK. Gotta love the UK being, we're gonna be miserable, rain or shine. It is very toasty. What temperature is it actually? I'm gonna just go down to my knees for a second so I might move a bit. It is currently, can't be anywhere over 23 degrees. A couple of weeks ago, nights were 19, 15 degrees. It's 23 degrees. Yikes. Yeah, it's alright if you're used to it, but we are from the UK. We are used to absolute rain and nothing else. Rain, miserable, clouds, storms, the works like that. We aren't used to sun or heat, and we never will be, honestly. It's unfortunate, but hey, That's what happens when you're British. Anyway, guys, so I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who has attended. This is it for our presentation and our re-debut of such. Now we're not done with the entire stream, but for those that wanted all the information, thank you so much for popping by. I love you guys. No homo. Or all the homo. You make up your mind. It's up to you. Exactly. The UK will complain about everything and anything. It's British. It's nature. But we have a little something else to do as well. So unfortunately we didn't actually end up getting enough entries for the doing other VTubers. So I thought I would do a list of Genshin, just the characters in general. Now, what would you guys prefer to see? My opinion of them, or how likely I would be to date them? That is kind of what my mindset is. How do I do a poll? Not like that, clearly. I was going to do it as a poll. There it is. And we'll do it for 5 minutes so you guys can get that. There we go. There's a poll currently up for you guys to see. We'll leave that running for 5 minutes for you guys to get it while I just currently get up a list. One, hydrate redeem. I will most certainly hydrate right now for you. Now, can I change these? I can. Okay, I can change these. Good. I just wanted to see for that one. How is that feeling in a 2D model? It's feeling nice, actually. I'm really enjoying this. I honestly keep forgetting that I'm in a model. And then I turn the screen and I'm like, oh my god. It eventually comes out. It all eventually comes out. What's nice though is that you guys have a bonk stuff with the bonk bat and that. Yeah, it's like, ooh, I move, I'm jiggle. I'm money, I jiggle, jiggle, and fold. I like to see myself wiggle, wiggle, for show. Like that. Ow. What was that for? Oh. apparently cringe police. Apparently that's the thing. I think I already know what's gonna win the list, and this is gonna be rough. Ah! Why'd you hurt me this way? Oh, I'm loving this. Like, I was so scared throughout today, honestly, about the stream, but being here, talking to you guys has really made it worth it. Honestly, I think, though, I'm gonna forget that I'm streaming sometimes with the model. Or, oh, pardon me. I'm gonna sit out the corner. I don't have a Bonk Zubat. I have a Bonk Gardevoir. Oh, God. Even worse. Have mercy! Animal announced they are doing... They're doing 2? Oh no. My money! No! Then again, I should have Persona 5's Joker fixed up by then. I've currently got to fix up a mask, as I've got a new Masquerade mask for it. So, yeah. It's just getting basically the black put onto the pieces onto the mask and getting across. And you were the live one, cool. Announced it. They announced it earlier, so I just missed it before the stream. Okay. Will they still be sponsored by Genshin by next year? Because I definitely want to go to one where it's sponsored by Genshin. I still like to think it was my meeting that kind of inspired Genshin to look at it and go, yeah, there's a small con we can help. So, we have our tier list. Likeliness to date character. Oh boy. So we're going to have to change these things. So 1. Let's get the easy ones out of the way right away. And I'm going to put on here, well, I'm going to outright list for you guys, I am British. Age of consent here is a little different to America, okay? So I'm going to start by getting rid of any character that is under 16 years of age. So this would be Chi-Chi. This would be our, basically all our smalls, 110%. Right? Diona. Jingling is... Wow, Jingling's only 14. You kind of come to learn things about characters, don't you? And we have Noelle. Noelle's only 15? I thought she was older. Bless her heart. She's doing such a good job for a young bean. Traveler, I don't believe, is actually on this. For some reason, Shinobu and that are on there twice. So, I don't know how they've done that, but they're on there. Venti is biologically 15, so no thank you. I don't want that lawsuit. So, on that list currently is all the characters that are underage. So, what do we rank these? I'm just trying what to title these. I'm not sure. I maybe it's next year. I know they are doing the one in Scotland. There's a cosplay guest who's going as the Shogun. Hell yeah, Shogun love. So we're going to list it like this. We're going to do the obvious. I wonder why. I wonder why. I wonder why they're up there. Huh? What happened? I blanked out for a second. What happened? Oh? Why are all four of them up there? So let's go from left to right
Naughty
here.
boys who don't do what they're told need a little punishment to keep them in line.
Do you see where you are right now, Lisa? Do you really want to say that? So, start up. Albedo. Honestly, I feel like Albedo would be good. He'd be a bit distant. But he'd be a great person to be a companion with. Kind of like draw a bit. Honestly. Honestly, I might change this up a bit. I might honestly change this up a bit. Yeah, so Albedo, friends with benefits. Honestly, he seems like a really cool person, but his kind of like depressive state really stops me from putting him much higher. Aloy. I just don't like Aloy in Genshin at the moment, honestly. I feel she's very underperforming. She is not the Aloy from the games either. She is an imposter. That's right, she is a imposter. Amber. Honestly, if I could, I would date Amber. I might just change the friendship benefits to kind of like the worth a shot. I'm trying to think this through. Like, hang on, I'll just, because the thing is, I would not try and bet Amber. She is too sweet. She's too innocent. And honestly, I'd just love to have her as a companion more than anything. You know, I'd rather be like just a normal relationship. You know, so a dating, just normal relationship. I first is, oh yeah, we fucking. And would date would be like, maybe, but it would not be for that kind of thing. Ayaka, you're lovely, but your brother though. The only way I'd be close to Ayaka in that way would be to get to her brother, and that wouldn't be nice to her. Barbara? No. Barbara is too much of a Barbados simp. I'm not a religious person. I don't like having religion thrust down my throat. So for that very same reason, granted she isn't very religious, Rosaria would also go in there. Beto. Oh, I honestly feel like I'd rather be friends with Beto, because the whole thing about her is she can be intimidating. So I'd much rather have her as a motherly figure than as a partner figure. Bennett, I'm sorry, dude. I love ya, but you're bad luck, man. You know? You are a precious boy who must be protected. Chongyun? No way. D-Luke? Chongyun, again, precious being that must be protected. But I would probably get sick and tired of hearing about you know, the exorcisms failing and all that kind of stuff. Like, I'm gonna put Chongyun's boyfriend in there as well for the exact same kind of reason. I'm not really interested in them. D-Luke is just too edgy, honestly, for me. Eula, you act too hard-shelled. You're soft, but you're too hard-shelled. Yanfei, I feel like Yanfei would be really soft, but at the same time she'd be really strict, so... Screw it. What's love about a little risk sometimes, eh? Fischl? Definitely would date Fischl. We go on some lovely adventures together, honestly, I feel like. You know, she's someone that is lost in an imaginative world. I 100% want to be a part of it. And I'm glad we get to be a part of it from tomorrow with the event. Guru? He's the goodest boy. Guru is the goodest boy. There's no way I'd do anything for him. To him. Q-Tao? Nope. Nope. You try and do the dirty, she'll introduce you to her spear. She'll absolutely introduce you to her spear. You know? The last thing you want to hear while in a relationship is, so, how cool would it be right now if you died, you know? You know, we could always use more customers. Ito? I'm actually going to put Ito in the would date rather than the first. Because I feel like an old Vine would support Ito more. I'll see if I can quickly find it. Hang on. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can find it. I don't want you guys seeing my,
Girls always think
Oh.
that what
basically thinking about Ito, it'd probably be something like this.
girls always think that what guys are looking for is a cute girl with blonde hair and blue eyes. But all my boys out there, we all know that what we're really looking for is Atlantis, an ancient city filled with treasure, thought to be lost at sea by Poseidon.
I kind of get the feeling that is kind of Ito's whole thing. He would be too brainless to understand it. He is a lovable idiot, and I would love to date him. Plus also, pecks his pillows, yes please! Same reason I think I'm gonna have to say Mr. Smooth. Mr. Smooth, definitely. Kazuha? He'd be a good friend. Kaching? Step on me. Step on me, Kaching. You are a hard ass, and I love you. I think you don't deserve the hate yet. Kokumi? That'd be interesting to see how it goes. I went for Leia in Harvest Moon. You know? I went for Leia, the mermaid. Mona? We can be friends. Mona would be the literal version of a gold digger, I get the feeling. So as a friend, it would be more along the case of, hey, do you want some food? I do, but I've got no money. Did I ask if you had money? Instantly buys her a happy meal. You know what I mean? So, this is where some controversy may come to it. Ningguang and Jean. There's only one person in charge that I would first over. And that would be Rhea from Fire Emblem. Razor, again, the goodest boy. No. Sarah, no. I do not like Sarah personally. I don't like her playstyle. I don't like the way she is. Shenhe? I'm gonna have to say smash on Shenhe. Just looking into those eyes. Her eyes are just... I'd get lost in her eyes constantly. Plus, when she gets to protecting people, as seen in her cutscene, it's graceful. Yeah, people in power, they slightly scare me. So, no, not them. Raiden Shogun, again, someone in power. No thank you. Though Raiden Shogun down here, I up here, I will be Ice Friend. Sucrose, would. Definitely would. She's sweet and innocent, bless her heart. Taglia. I think people know where I put Taglia. But child, you'd usually go here. But for the sake of the other Harbingers, you know, introduce me to the Knave, maybe, or that Dr. Bizo-like character, eh? Zhao, there's no way I'd be able to befriend him. He is a bit too edgy. He would not be interested in my behavior and the way I act. Xinyan, definitely with 8. I love Xinyan. Okay, I think actually, honestly, there's a reason they call it making sweet music. Yai. I'm gonna put Yai in no way. Now, this is an insult, Evie. But the reason for Yai being there is I fluster very easily, and I think I would suffer the same as Guru does. I would struggle to be a friend to her, because she would just tease me, and I would run for the hills. Yumiya? Definitely friends. Definitely good friends, at least. Yunjin. We can dance together. We can dance and sing, Zhongli. No thanks, old man. I don't want to break your back when you're breaking the bed. Thank you very much. God, we're almost there. I know he's the long schlong Lee, but I thirst for the memes with him more than... if there's any Geodaddy, Ito. Shinobu, I love you. And there's nothing Shinobu can do wrong. And Yelan, we can be friends, Yelan. I'm not going to sugarcoat it with Yelan. She scares me a little bit, She can just get as kinky as she wants, and you can't really say no. What are you going to do when you're bound up against your will by a detective? Speaking of detectives, I don't really know enough about Heizo myself.
Wubbles
Hello, Wubble!
Level 18. Hey you. Love the new model and setup. Looks absolutely amazing.
Thank you so much, dude. Thank you as well for the 18 months. Let's get you one of these good old shout-outs. But here we see... Oh, wow, you were literally just playing this. Oh, and Dead by Daylight as well. He doesn't see it coming! Oh my god! Hi, Leon. Ooh. Evie. Evie, take notes. Take notes. Take notes. We can block the hook. Take notes. So, this is basically my smash or pass list for the Genshin characters. Between what kind of relationship would we be on? Would we be a relationship of, are we fucking? Are we dating, but it's not about sex? Are we friends? Is there not really any way I'd really get to know you? Or are you fucking underaged? They were smart survivors. That was cool. But yes, so of the underage characters, right? And listen to this, okay? Before I... Yeah, because I can't take it, sounds terrible. Chi-Chi, Sayu, Klee, Diona, definitely friends with. Xinyan, I'll try and learn some cooking with. Noelle, I would help clean. Venti's probably the only one I'd be distant to in terms of a friendship. But as I say, the underage ain't getting touched. And I am aware some of these characters are 16. Okay? They're 16, 17. Okay? Just to reclassify at the end of this list, I'm British. Age of consent, I believe, in some places is 16. I think the UK is one of them. Or did I just shoot myself in the foot? Yes. In England and Wales, the age of consent is 16. Granted taken, these are fictional characters, and no, I will not do anything. I wouldn't do anything like... It wouldn't. Now, if Baizo was on this list, let's say the Shinobu here is Baizu. And let's say this is Cole. The two new Dendros. Two new Dendros, definitely would date them. They look lovely. The new cat girl, or Electro. Very big a woo. The new cat girl, underage looking. No thanks. The new cat girl, first. And the Nilo, first. Sumeru at the moment has my attention, basically. It very much has my attention. So, we'll have to see how things go. So there we go. Let's save that. And granted, yes, it's coming towards the end. There is something I wanted to do at least once. You know, just before we finish off. So, I mentioned it earlier that I did do something I probably shouldn't. I bought 1,980 gems for Primos. I just want to do a little bit, okay? Until I get a 10. So, are you guys ready for this? One thing I haven't revealed yet. Get ready for the MiHoYo one. Ta-da! A slight alteration to a MiHoYo page. Granted, again, the transition's a little rough. I need to work on that again, and I will work on that again. I did change the times up a little bit because I thought my whole thing was incorrectly spawning. It was not. What we're planning to do is summon, I think max 20. Basically see if we can get 2 purples out of it. We're going to summon until we get our 2 purples. Hopefully we can get Heizo or Toma. I think we might end up getting weapons, but... we'll have to see.
Okay. I'm glad this is running with this model. So, I could pull it on the Klee banner, but I'm going to be honest. Klee is yours, and I don't think I ever want to own Klee, because I purely see Klee as yours, Evie. So we're going to go for... What? Oh. Bruh. Wait, was she not C6? How are you not C6? So we are going to do single summons, just because, well, it's just the easiest way to do this while saving primos, I've come to find. I know. The Klee is your baby, and I want you to keep your child. I swear, if you give me a weapon as a second one, I'm not going to be very happy. Game. Calm. Game. Again, I know I'm streaming. Give me streamer luck. Don't give me this. Screw it. I am... Anger? This is my last summon, by the way. No Toma, but I'm not arguing. The fact that I have not pulled my 5-star as well means that now I can hold off, which is nice. I'm happy with that. We actually got Heizo home as well, which is nice. That's who I wanted. Let's have a look at you. Granted, I don't have anything to level him up yet. I'm going to need to work to level him up. And I mean work a lot. A lot of stuff that he needs was needed on other characters. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? You know, that 0% to 0% chance. That's lovely. That's great. Thanks, Heizo. No! No! Talk about Genshin in a nutshell, huh? So what's nice now is I can keep saving till Nilo's release, because Nilo is the next character I want to get, followed by Baizo. Now, obviously, Nilo comes eventually. Exactly, the Mora. I'm happy with that, though. There we go. We got one punchy boy. Now, as much as I want another Toma, I know the best way to do this is to hold off now, because Toma can appear here, right? Toma can appear here. He can appear on the Wanderlust. Okay, so it's not worth trying to directly pull for him. Honestly, it's probably not worth trying to pull for Kazuha, but to have him this early is really nice. Right then, guys, there. Let's pull it over to here. And, unfortunately, guys, we've kind of hit the brick wall. for tonight. But what a trek it's been, honestly. It's been absolutely wonderful to return to streaming with this model, with everything I can take. I think I can take these up now. There we go. Now I can see again. Now everything's not in an orange tint again. Again, it's been absolutely lovely returning, and I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone as always. You guys have really made streaming something special. Like, I don't know how I could repay or anything like that. You know? Oh, that's unusual. My stream alerts don't seem to post when I go live anymore, despite being changed. That's... Oh, it's because the bot doesn't have permission to post on that channel. I'm going to change that. Otherwise you guys don't get notifications when I go live. That'll be silly. Thank you so much. I'll also have to change up the emote wall stuff on these screens, but that... I'd say that's pretty easy to do. Let's have a quick look right now at who is currently live. And, you know, we'll keep this party moving and throw you off into someone. We'll go yeet and throw you straight at another streamer. So Chibi is live, but Chibi is a massive streamer. Fib is live currently. I think as Fib has been streaming as long as me. Fib probably won't be streaming too much longer. Exactly, little tweaks. I'll write them down and I'll be looking at them on Sunday when I have some time off. Everyone's been streaming for quite a while. You know what? I'm going to throw you into a friend of mine called Danster189. How long have you been playing Dead by Daylight? 4 hours. Oh god. Everyone's been playing for hours, so it's kind of... I don't think there's really anyone... You know what? I'm going to raid you guys off into Chibi tonight. Just because they're another great force for my inspiration when it comes to streaming. And they're a great popular VTuber. Anyway guys, sorry that I'm running out of steam tonight. It's just getting late, so this is kind of where my brain just goes, turn off. You all have a lovely time in Chibi's chat, please. Go show him some love. And I will see you guys on... Let me get my list up. As we are now back to fully streaming. Yep. I will see you guys on... Do you know what? I will probably stream this Sunday. Because I won't be able to stream on Tuesday. And the next stream would then be Thursday. I will try and stream on Sunday. For you guys. But if it doesn't happen, I am sorry. So please keep an eye on the Discord and the Twitter, and you'll be notified if I was to go live. Anyway guys, go have some fun. I'll see you next time. Crunch Feast of the Arcadia Network, version alpha. I am signing out.